nothing. We're just getting over the hump. Let's get what we want to get. What we're working so hard for. Let's do that.
Tama. Sang-ayon tayo kay Gabe Freeman. They finished number 2 at the end of the elimination round, and then they got rid of a very pesky BMEG Derby Ace squad. And right now they're here in the finals, game 1. Don Tiveros and company up against an Alaska team. And now let's look at the webpage, Jason. You know, Alaska again staring at a loaded team. They did it against Ginebra, they did it against Architects, and now they'll have to do it all over again.
And it's not getting any easier for them. Yun nga yung sinasabi natin, pahirap ng pahirap sa Alaska, but they have continued to find a way. And as we look at the webpage, ano ba yung mga kailangan gawin ng Alaska dito sa game na to, and maybe definitely for the series? I think number 1, they have to find a way to get easy baskets. Because San Miguel Beer is the number 1 team when it comes to defense in terms of field goal percentage. That means Alaska, in that half-court set, mahihirapan silang kumuha ng puntos. So kailangan silang pumunta sa free throw line to get some free throws. And the other thing that they can do is actually get on a break when San Miguel turns the ball over, because even though San Miguel, they talk about that loaded team, they are actually not very good at taking care of the basketball, and Alaska can take advantage of that. Next up, Diamond must shine. Diamond Simpson, we saw it in that series against Architects. Ang laki na ng bumabantay sa kanya. Malaking tao na, but he still dominated that series. He's the key to making that half-court offense of theirs work. In that series, he was averaging 22 points and 16 rebounds. Huge numbers, especially for Alaska. And that's what they have to continue to get from him. And if they can get more, all the more better that it would be for their team. And finally, they have to contain Freeman. Etong si Freeman, Miko, nakita natin yung ginawa niya sa BMEG Derby Ace. Crazy numbers. 20 points. Mas marami pa yung rebounds. 21 rebounds. It's the energy of Freeman that gets this San Miguel team going, and they have to find a way to get him disinterested in putting all that energy for his team.
So guys like Hugdata, maybe even Sam Eman, they have the tough task of trying to contain Freeman. And now let's close the Alaska window, click on the San Miguel window para sa webpage, and find out what the Beermen have to do in order to get off to a good start in this best of 7 affair.
Para naman sa San Miguel, ito yung kailangan nilang gawin, no? They've been chanting this. Miski tapos na yung NBA Finals, naririnig pa rin natin to. Beat LA. LA Tenorio is the key to making Alaska work. He only averages 10 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists. But when he is not on the floor, Miko, this team really struggles in getting their shot. So they have to find a way, itong San Miguel, na para itong si Tenorio mahirapan when he is on the floor. Next up, San Miguel has to push the tempo. They have to put pressure on the weary legs of Alaska. Alaska might say, we're not a tired team. But remember, they have played 12 straight games. And no matter what you say, iba pa rin yun, and they had to play 2 critical games that they were due to be eliminated. And finally, they have to utilize their depth. You know, the guys in that lineup of San Miguel, sinasabi na puro superstar, but they have to come in and give 100%. One thing is to have a star-studded lineup, but it's another thing to make all those guys shine, and that's what they have to do.
And now let's turn you over to the Coliseum announcer.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, PBA fans. Before we start game 1 of the finals, we will have the awarding ceremony for the 2010 PBA Fiesta Conference Best Import and the Best Player of the Conference. First, here are the candidates for the Best Import of the Conference. From the BMEG Derby Ace Yamanos, Tony Washam. From the Alaska Aces, Diamond Simpson. From the San Miguel Beermen, Gabe Freeman. From the Talking Text Trobang Texters, Sean Daniels. And now may we call in PBA Commissioner Sonny Barrios and PBA Chairman and Governor of the BMEC Derby Ace Llamados, Mr. Rene Pardo. Garnering a total of 385 statistical points, 372 media votes, 226 player votes, 300 votes from Solar Sports, and 75 votes from the PBA, for a total of 1,358 points. The best import of the 2010 PBA Fiesta Conference, from the San Miguel Beerman, Gabe Freeman. Let's give a big round of applause to this year's best import, Gabe Freeman. And now, for the best player of the conference, here are your candidates. From the Alaska Aces, L.A. Tenorio. From the BMEC Derby Ace Llamados, James Yap. From the Talk and Text Traban Texters, Jimmy Alabag. From the Coca-Cola Tigers, Gary David. From the San Miguel Beerman, Jay Washington. From the Talk and Text Traban Texters, Ranidel De Ocampo. Our best player of the 2010 PBA Fiesta Conference, garnering a total of 258 statistical points, 507 media votes, 150 player votes, 300 votes from Solar Sports, and 150 votes from the Philippine Basketball Association, for a total of 1,365 points. The best player of the 2010 PBA Fiesta Conference, from the San Miguel Beerman, Jay Washington. And now we would like to request the best import of the conference, Mr. Gabe Freeman, the San Miguel Beerman, to join our best player of the conference, Jay Washington.
So congratulations to San Miguel Beerman, Jay Washington, best player of the Fiesta Conference, and Gabe Freeman, best import of the Fiesta Conference.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give them a big round of applause. Our best import, Gabe Freeman, and the best player of the conference, Jay Washington.
Well, it's a good way to start game one. You win two pieces of very valuable hardware for two of your players, even before the jump ball. And we're joined by Chiggy Reyes, siya namang babantayan ng kampo ng San Miguel. Chicky, go ahead.
You know, Miko, I'll be taking care of the Alaska Aces side, and for Coach Tim Cone, a 24-hour preparation is really not enough. So, sabi na dito sa game na to, Chicky, parang boxing match to because we'll be in a bit of reaction mode as we try to see how San Miguel will attack us. Now, to aid them in this game, they will lean on how they played in their past two series because they were able to develop a good rhythm. Now, Coach Tim also told me that they will rely on their fundamentals on defense when guarding the starting five of San Miguel as they don't display any weaknesses in their game. Now, to tell us more on what San Miguel has prepared for this game, I turn you over to my partner, Miss Patricia Bermudez-Season.
Well, one of the things that they'll definitely rely on is their versatile big man, Jay Washington, who was just given the best player of this conference award. Now, Jay Wash was telling me, although he didn't know what the results would be, he would be ecstatic if he would receive this award, but of course, his eyes are still on the ultimate prize. And he says the difference for him this conference is that he's gotten really comfortable with his role, knowing that he's needed on the floor all the time and gotten a lot of guidance from Danny I and Danny Segal. And he says playing against Gabe Freeman made it feel like he was playing back in college. They push each other so hard to come out with their best. And Coach Schott is just happy that he's got to use those two great players. Miko?
Okay, so once again, Patricia, of course, will be watching over the San Miguel Beermen, and Chicky Shogun Reyes will be watching over the Alaska Aces. Yan, para malinaw. Here's shot ng Kinsen. He's never lost every time he went all the way to the finals, which augurs well if you're a San Miguel Beer fan. But Tim Cone going to the finals seems to be a habit. Winning the finals, also a habit of Tim Cone and this Alaska franchise. And there's Gabe Freeman, the best import of the Fiesta Conference, winning out or edging out Diamond Simpson. And we're about ready to start game one. We'll have our ceremonial toss as the official kickoff of this best of 7 finals.
The Philippines only champion in the recent Callaway Junior World Gold Championship held in San Diego, California. Rupert won the 11 to 12-year-old division of the event, winner for the likes of the world #1 Tiger Woods and Phil Mickelson used to play. An avid basketball fan, Rupert will do the ceremonial toss, ushering the best of 7 series.
Ayan po si Ginoong Ruperto Zaragoza, one of our national athletes. You know, I like it when you have an athlete that's not so tall because it only shows that, you know, athleticism comes in many forms. And you can sense, I'm very passionate about this subject.
And are you trying to say that you're athletic too?
I said it comes in many forms.
But here's this unit on the floor right now for Alaska. This is their starting unit ever since Sonny Thoughts has gone down. It's much smaller, but then it's more flexible and has more offense because of the outside shooting of Tony De La Cruz. On the other hand, for the San Miguel Beermen, this has been the unit that has worked through the eliminations and through the semifinals.
And game one is underway. San Miguel in immaculate white, Alaska in fighting red. Bola ng San Miguel to start things off, and Cabagnot fires away for the first basket of the series.
Well, when you look at that San Miguel squad, Alex Cabagnot, that one guy that doesn't really have experience when it comes to the finals.
Excellent point. Danny Simpson. Bullet pass intended for De La Cruz. Quick anticipation there by Arwin Santos. Here's Freeman. Freeman on the move. Freeman all the way. And it's a 4-0 game para sa San Miguel.
Very critical right now. If you're Alaska, remember, it was an emotional win in Game 7. Right now, San Miguel just scored 4 points on you. You got to settle down and make your offense work.
Diamond Simpson going for a two-handed slam, but Arwin Santos with those elongated arms blocking the shot, but a foul is called. It's against Arwin Santos, his first. That's also the first personal foul of the ball game. And ang ating Supreme Court for Game 1, Roy Guevara, Peter Balao, and the Chief Justice is veteran referee Boy Cruz.
Arwin Santos shot blocking. You can ask Tony Washam about it. Kasi Tony Washam nagsawa eh.
Nakatikim. Yes.